Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Gerry Turner reveals if he regrets relationship with Theresa Nist. It's been nearly 6 months since Golden Bachelor couple Gerry Turner and Theresa Nist called it quits after just 3 months of marriage. He recently opened up about whether he regrets his relationship with ex-wife. Keep reading to see what he had to say. Golden Bachelor star's advice to Joan Vasso's hints at regret. Gerry Turner had one of his most comprehensive interviews since he appeared on Good Morning America in April with then-wife Theresa Nist. They met on The Golden Bachelor, and their romance was a whirlwind that resulted in a TV wedding watched by millions in January 2024. But they were on GMA to break the shocking news that they were ending their marriage and going their separate ways after 3 months. They chalked the split up to neither one wanting to move away from their families. Gerry Turner made a surprise appearance on The Golden Bachelorette to give Joan Vasso's advice. He previously told her to relax and have fun as the lead of the senior spinoff. But during his appearance at the Bachelor Mansion, he questioned her chances of finding love on the show. He asked, "Have you considered the possibility that your guy is not here?" The question sparked speculation that he was second-guessing his relationship with Theresa Nist. Gerry Turner reveals true feelings about relationship with Theresa Nist. Gerry Turner chatted with ABC 7 News recently and didn't shy away from questions about his short marriage. He shut down rumors that he interrupted Joan's season to make a play for her himself. Gerry Turner made it clear that they were just friends. He confirmed what Theresa Nist recently said about whether they still talk. The Bachelor Nation alum admitted that they don't keep in touch as often as they should, but are on good terms. He was asked by the hosts if, in hindsight, he regretted getting engaged to Theresa Nist instead of continuing to date after the show. Gerry Turner admitted that they rushed things, but he didn't regret it. The experience was what it was. Looking back and trying to change things, it's easy to have 2020's vision, but it doesn't work that way. When you're in the moment and you're swept away in the energy, and you're doing the best you can, certainly, with all the input you have, I really can't say that I would change anything. Is one regret. He did, however, cop to one regret. He said that they could have done a better job communicating with each other after the engagement. Gerry Turner said that he and Theresa are usually logical people, but got swept up in emotions. Gerry Turner stood under the glow of the studio lights, the world hanging on his every word. The Golden Bachelor had captivated the hearts of many, not just because of his endearing charm, but also for his vulnerability, his openness to love after enduring deep personal loss. Fans had seen him navigate the complex, often tumultuous waters of romance with grace, his heart full of hope even in the face of uncertainty. But there was one question lingering in everyone's mind. Did he regret his relationship with Theresa Nist? Theresa had been one of the standout women during Gerry's journey on The Golden Bachelor *. Warm, kind, and open-hearted, she had a magnetic energy that seemed to draw Gerry in from the start. There had been sparks, undeniable chemistry that sent viewers buzzing on social media, debating if she might be the one. But as the weeks went by, the roller coaster of reality TV romance took its toll. By the time the season reached its peak, Theresa was no longer the frontrunner. Instead, their love story had ended quietly, almost too quietly for something that had seemed so promising. Now sitting in a post-season interview, Gerry was about to address the question the audience had been asking for weeks. The interviewer leaned in, her voice a delicate mix of curiosity and care. "Gerry, looking back, do you have any regrets about your relationship with Theresa?" The question hung in the air as the studio audience held their breath, waiting for the man who had been so vulnerable on television to share his truth once again. Gerry's face softened, his lips pulling into a small, contemplative smile. He had a way of drawing people in, of making them feel like they were sitting in the room with him, part of the intimate conversation. Gerry leaned back in his chair, his hands resting on his lap as he let out a long breath. That's a great question, he began, his voice calm and thoughtful. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on my journey, not just with Theresa, but with all of the incredible women I had the privilege of getting to know. He paused, glancing around the room as if gathering his thoughts. Theresa is a wonderful woman, he continued, his eyes bright with sincerity. She came into this experience with an open heart. And that's not easy, especially at her age. She was honest with me, she was kind, and there were moments where I thought maybe, just maybe, we could have something lasting. The interviewer nodded, encouraging him to go deeper, sensing there was more to his story. Gerry obliged, his tone growing more introspective. But relationships are complex, he said. When you're in an environment like the Golden Bachelor everything feels heightened. The emotions are more intense because you're on a timeline. You're trying to figure out your feelings while also considering how those feelings fit with someone else's. He smiled wistfully, clearly remembering those fleeting moments he shared with Theresa. In some ways, I think the format of the show pushes you to feel things quicker than you might in the real world. Theresa and I connected early on, and for a while, I thought our connection could lead to something more. But as time went on, I realized that while we had a strong bond, it wasn't necessarily the kind of bond that would last outside of the show. Gerry's honesty was refreshing. He didn't shy away from the complexity of what he had gone through, nor did he sugarcoat the truth about his relationship with Theresa. The audience, silent and attentive, could feel the weight of his words. The interviewer pressed a little further. So, to clarify, you don't regret the relationship, but you don't think it was meant to be, Gerry nodded. Exactly. I don't regret my time with Theresa at all. In fact, I'm grateful for it. She taught me a lot about myself, about what I need in a partner moving forward. But sometimes, love isn't about finding the person who's perfect for you in every way. It's about learning more about what your heart truly desires. His voice softened as he spoke the next part. Theresa and I were meant to cross paths. We were meant to share those moments and learn from one another. But in the end, I realized that while she's an incredible woman, she wasn't the right match for me long term. The interviewer, sensing the depth of his answer, asked a final question, one that everyone had been wondering. If you could go back, would you do anything differently? Gerry's smile returned, a little mischievous this time. If I could go back, I might have spent more time dancing, he said with a chuckle, eliciting laughter from the audience. But then, turning serious again, he added, in all honesty, I wouldn't change a thing. Every relationship I had on this journey was part of my story, part of what led me to where I am now. Regret is a heavy word, and I don't carry that weight with me. As the interview wrapped up, it was clear that Gerry's journey